Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to get into a recap of our Jamaica experience, so make sure you keep watching and let's get into it. One thing I love about our travel agent is she's going to make sure the experience starts before the actual flight date, okay? So this box arrived with two tote bags packed with great essentials and goodies. I was recording the wrong direction, so I didn't capture it all, but you do get to see our travel mug. This is mine, and then our travel beach towel, but the bag was stacked just like before. She making sure we have the things we need and some fun things to make it a bit easier on our trip to Jamaica. Now, my husband was looking at me weird on the plane because he just realized like how small my eyes were, but we're gonna forgive him for that. Thing number one that I love, this right here, this Club Montego Bay experience that she ensured that we had, that was a lifesaver in getting through the airport. We was in and out that airport in like 30 minutes, and that has never happened. Our check-in process was pretty seamless at the resort. We did get in quite early, so we had to wait a little bit for our room, but we had beautiful views and a place to relax while we waited. One thing I did enjoy about the resort was the view from our room. I like the ocean breeze, but I love even more being able to just open up the door and look out and see the ocean, see the beach. Our view was everything because nothing was blocking us. Now, I don't know if I said this before, but one thing about me and my husband, whether we going on a group trip or if it's just me and him, we don't like, say hey to Tracy. Hey, girl. That's our travel agent. So we don't do a ton of excursions because we be wanting to relax. We want to relax. We want to maybe chill out with the locals, but we normally don't do a ton of excursions. But we did do a couple of excursions on this Jamaica experience. This one that we did first was the Jacana Wellness Tour, and I loved everything about the Jacana Wellness Tour. So we had a premium tour, and it did take a minute to get there from Montego Bay. So do know that if you come from Montego Bay going to the Jacana Wellness, but it was absolutely worth it. They're on over 100 acres, but they're utilizing 14 of the acres. Our tour guide was absolutely amazing. She was super duper knowledgeable, not just about the company, but understanding cannabis and cannabis for wellness. If that's not your thing, that's absolutely fine, but please don't come in my comments with no foolery. But she was super duper knowledgeable. And what really stood out to me is the fact that they do farm to table for the employees. So they have their own farm there. It was farm to table for us too, for the meal that we had, but they grow tons of veggies and fruits so that their employees don't have to leave off of site to go have lunch. Once they're on, they can work, eat from work, and then when they leave, it's not so much back and forth. I think you get what I'm saying. While we were on the tour, it seemed like it wanted to rain because that's one of the things that will happen in Jamaica or any island. So they did bring out umbrellas for us. We ended up using them for the sun because baby, it was hot. This tour, when I say it was amazing, like we literally, once we went into the inside, we had to get suited and booted in order to be in the lab where they take the cannabis and extract into oils for pens and for wellness bombs and things like that. Like, it is the real deal. This was not a joke. It was actually a pretty long tour. It's almost like half a day tour, and if you do the package where you go through everything, but it was absolutely worth seeing everything literally from beginning to end and getting all the great information in between. I loved everything, but since I'm a foodie, the end part was absolutely my favorite because that's where our food was prepared. They had a fresh farm to table meal for us, and it was amazing. When I tell you that curry chickpeas, baby, I had seconds. I did with no shame because that curry chickpeas was the bomb. I even got the recipe from the gentleman who made it. Okay, that's how good it was. And when I make it, I'll tell y'all, and I'll post a video. After that tour, we picked up some food from a local spot, and then we went back to the resort and chilled out for the rest of the evening. We didn't do any other excursions probably for the next 2 or 3 days until it was time for our sunset boat cruise. The other event or excursion that we participated in was the Sunset Boat Cruise. So our agent asked for everybody to wear orange or a shade of orange that evening, and everyone did. And it was beautiful to see everyone in their shades of orange. Once we got on that boat and got to moving, the breeze was blowing, the music was going, we got to dancing. We got to eating. It was just a great time being had by everyone. We also had moments where the boat stopped so people can get off and get in the water and enjoy themselves. And plenty of people did. I didn't do it on the first go round because I was dancing up so much, and then I started taking pictures and videos. By the time I realized I had missed that opportunity, but I enjoyed watching everyone. Now, by the time the beautiful sunset started to happen, we were still vibing and jamming out on the ocean. But then we did have the opportunity to get in this part of the water. They called it a lagoon, where the two waters met. I don't want to mess it up, but what I will tell you is that I got off the boat in the dark, and I barely could see in the daytime. But I got off the boat in the dark and got into that water, and that water felt so great. Now, what it felt like underneath my foot was a bit weird. It wasn't like mud, it was like Play-Doh. And they said that was something that you would experience in this parts of the water. It's hard to record in there because you glowing, so you can't really have your flash on if you're glowing. So this is how we look glowing inside the water, and that was also an amazing experience to have. Once we got back off of our sunset cruise, there was an amazing fire show going on, and we took the time to watch that before heading back to the resort and winding down, as I should say, for the evening. Now, I told y'all we do a lot of beaching or chilling when we on vacation on our experiences. So I have a lot of videos like this because that's what we did a lot of. But on my birthday, on this day, I did a lot of dragging and flowing because it's my birthday. That's what you do. So I dragged and flowed myself right to the spa with the hubby, and we had 80-minute massages. When I tell you Corona massage everything out me, sis had me discombobulated by the time I got up. And then when we got to the beach, our amazing beach butler, Miss Maria here, she had prepared me ackee and saltfish and roasted breadfruit for my birthday. All right. And brought me some mangoes from her tree for my birthday. Made me feel like an absolute queen. And I am so thankful to her for that. Then the head butler and room butler team made sure that my room door and my room was decorated by the time we came back from the beach, because I spent the day at the beach, okay? So by the time we came back, they had everything decorated, and that felt great to be acknowledged on my birthday. And then after some good food, get to dance with the bestie. Okay, we was cutting up on the dance floor. It was hot in there. Sis was sweating. Hubby was watching because he don't do all that dancing, but we danced and had a great time, and I enjoyed that. All right, y'all. So before I finish this recap, I have to tell y'all, all these amazing supplies that you see was a part of intentionality again on Tracy's part. She asked us if we could, as a group, to bring in these different school supplies to support the local schools in Jamaica. And everybody did. Everybody brought school supplies, and we had an amazing turnout and was able to donate to the local schools. And that's super duper intentional. Again, this is another reason why I love a TLC experience. The other thing was she knows her areas. So she ensured that we had the Club Mobe experience so we could be in that line versus this line, because TSA pre-check and all that fancy stuff does not matter when you leave in Jamaica. So we got through that line in like 20 minutes tops after leaving from our airline, without having to be in that long looping line that people stood hours in. We were able to go into the Club Mobe Lounge, which had food and refreshments, all the good stuff for us, because I sat there and ate me a couple beef patties, because that's my business, and had a few drinks. This was an amazing TLC experience. And if you want experiences versus trips, I'm going to tell you again and again, make sure you reach out to Tracy of a TLC Experience. Make sure y'all follow me. Peace out.